My fiancé and I were addressing wedding invitations when someone knocked on our door at 11 p.m. I opened it to find a car seat with a sleeping baby and a note that said, "Ask him about summer 2022. She's 18 months old. I'm done covering for him." So I'm sitting here at my mom's kitchen table in Raleigh at 3:00 a.m. and I genuinely don't know how I'm supposed to process the last 72 hours of my life. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up, and this will have been some twisted nightmare. But every time I look at my bare ring finger, I remember it's all real. I was with Mason for almost 4 years. We moved in together after a year, got engaged, and we're supposed to get married in 25 days. I had the dress. The venue was booked. We just finished paying the caterer. That Thursday night, we were sitting at our dining room table addressing wedding invitations. We had this whole system going where I'd write the addresses and he'd stuff and seal because my handwriting is better, but I'm terrible at getting envelopes closed without them looking like a toddler did it. We had music playing, some wine, a bunch of our friends saved the dates stuck to the fridge behind us. It felt so normal, so domestic and boring and perfect. Then someone knocked on the door. It was almost 11 p.m., which is already weird because who shows up unannounced that late on a weekend night? Mason looked at me and I looked at him and neither of us moved at first. The knock came again harder this time, and then we heard footsteps running away, like actually running fast down our front steps, and then a car starting somewhere down the street. I got up to look through the peephole and saw nothing, so I opened the door. There was a car seat on our welcome mat. One of those infant carriers with the handle gray and pink with little elephants on the padding, and inside was a sleeping baby. A baby just sitting there on my doorstep like someone had left a package from Amazon. I literally just stood there with my hand on the doorframe trying to make my brain understand what I was looking at. Mason came up behind me asking what was going on, and when he saw the car seat, he made this sound, this weird strangled noise that I've never heard come out of a human being before. There was a note tucked into the side of the carrier. I grabbed it before he could, and it said, "And I will never forget these words as long as I live." It said, "Ask him about summer 2022. She's 18 months old. I'm done covering for him." I turned around to look at Mason and this man. This man I was supposed to marry in less than a month was white as a sheet, like actually gray looking, the color people get before they pass out. And he started stuttering, tripping over his own words, saying, "She's crazy. This is a setup. I've never seen this baby before in my life. Someone is trying to ruin us. You have to believe me." The baby started crying. This tiny little girl with dark curly hair woke up and started wailing. And I just instinctively bent down to pick her up, because what else are you supposed to do when there's a screaming infant on your porch at 11 p.m.? And that's when I noticed what she was wrapped in. It was a hoodie. A faded maroon hoodie with our university logo on the front and the number 34 on the sleeve. Mason's number from intramural basketball. The same hoodie he told me he lost at the gym last year. The one I looked everywhere for because it was his favorite and he was so upset about losing it. I asked him why this baby was wrapped in his hoodie. The one he said was gone. The one that was supposedly stolen from his gym locker. And this man, I swear to God, looked me dead in the eyes and said someone must have taken it and given it to this woman to frame him. That someone was clearly setting him up, and I needed to calm down and think rationally about this. Calm down. While I'm holding a baby that just appeared on my doorstep wrapped in his missing clothes with a note about summer 2022, which by the way was when we'd been together for almost a year, and he went to visit his college roommate in Atlanta for a week. I asked him point blank. I said, "Mason, is this your baby?" And he said, "No, absolutely not. This is insane." Why would you even ask me that? The diaper bag was sitting next to the car seat, one of those big backpack-style ones in black. I carried the baby inside and grabbed the bag and started going through it because I needed something. Some kind of information about who this child was and where she came from. Full story on channel link below.